the world economy is undergoing a profound realignment. Much of this shift stems from geopolitical tensions and the collapse of older military economic frameworks like NATO. At the center of this transformation are three nations, Russia, Iran, and China. Together, they are not simply resisting the West. They are building alternative systems of finance, trade, and security. Russia, once deeply embedded in Europe's energy lifelines, has pivoted east. Sanctions and war severed many Western economic ties, but in their place, Russia accelerated trade with China, expanded the BRICS Plus framework, and doubled down on resource-based sovereignty. Ruble-yuan trade has increased. Settlement in dollars is declining. Moscow has focused on strategic autarky, minimizing reliance on Western imports while tightening state control over critical industries. Iran, long accustomed to sanctions, has mastered the art of economic resistance. It operates in parallel circuits, exporting oil through opaque networks, bartering with allies, and building regional trade routes that bypass U.S. control. Iran's alliance with Russia and China forms a kind of sanctions-resilient triangle. Its accession to regional trade pacts like the Shanghai Cooperation Organization and BRICS initiatives signals a deepening shift away from the Western-dominated financial order. Then there's China, the economic engine of this axis. Facing growing decoupling from the U.S., China is deepening South-South economic ties. Belt and Road projects continue, but now with greater emphasis on digital infrastructure, yuan-based trade, and energy deals settled outside the dollar. Beijing is also building up its own domestic demand and technological independence. In parallel, the People's Bank of China is exploring cross-border central bank digital currencies that could bypass the SWIFT system altogether. This emerging bloc, sometimes called a multipolar or post-dollar alliance, is building institutions to challenge Western hegemony. Alternative payment systems, joint development banks, cross-border logistics corridors, all are being tested and scaled. The end goal is not necessarily to destroy the Western system, but to stop being beholden to it. On the other side, NATO, once seen as a military economic umbrella of the West, has fractured internally. Economic burdens have become political. While the U.S. still leads in defense spending, European states increasingly balk at long-term commitments. Domestic inflation, social unrest, and energy insecurity have made many NATO countries hesitant to follow Washington's lead. The war in Ukraine exposed these fractures. Disagreements over aid, arms, and energy policy revealed that economic unity was more fragile than assumed. The transatlantic alliance, which once guaranteed market access and supply chain security, now faces internal distrust and a reevaluation of priorities. Germany, for example, struggles with energy scarcity after abandoning Russian gas. France questions U.S. dominance over European decision-making. The U.K., post-Brexit, is caught between nostalgic imperialism and economic stagnation. In this environment, global capital is moving more cautiously. Investment is shifting toward national or regional security. Currencies are under new pressure, and the dollar's dominance, while still vast, is no longer unquestioned. Ultimately, this is not just a story of East versus West. It's the unraveling of a globalized model where the U.S.-led financial order was treated as a default. New poles of power are emerging, and they're building economic ecosystems designed to be immune to sanctions, insulated from political interference, and tailored to local or regional priorities. The outcome is not clear, but the rules are changing. Trade is no longer just trade. It's about sovereignty. Currencies are not just tools of exchange. They're geopolitical weapons. And alliances aren't just about defense anymore. They are platforms for rewriting the global economy from the ground up.